Kia ora, Mika. Tell us, what's been a really big or peak learning for you about Latin American music from the LATAM Musicality program and in developing the Irisado composition?
So what's been like really great learning about Latin American culture and music is just there's such a depth and richness to the culture and music, and it's got a long history. And I think just being able to learn even just a little bit of from for example Argentina and Colombia was really great. And yeah, in like kind of just before we started composing the work, we met a lot of really great people. We met composers, performers, people who led workshops, and it was just, yeah, you could see the passion that they had about their country and about their culture. And yeah, I just wanted to really create something that acknowledged everyone's contributions to the project.
Oh, kia ora. And what about from that, in terms of what was one of the most challenging things for you in the program?
I think one of the most challenging things was probably the process of collaboration. So I hadn't really collaborated with other composers before, and so we were kind of faced with this thing of like, how do all four of us come together to create a work, like to create a cohesive work. And yeah, I think it was a really great process and really fun process in the end. And I think, kind of each of us having our own sections with things that we wanted to focus on, things that we wanted to draw on from that process. I think, that really helped. And then with the final section, kind of bringing all of us together. And yeah, I think we composed that over 2 days in Wellington, just on manuscript. That was a really fun experience. Yeah, bringing it all together.
What was your greatest light bulb moment, or just this moment of outright inspiration where you were going, wow?
I think there were quite a few of those moments of like, whoa, this is amazing. I think one of the really key things for me that I took from the workshops was hearing alabaus for the first time. So alabaus is like this form of vocal music, and it's can be really solemn, but it also has this like raw expression of emotion that's really powerful. And yeah, that kind of made its way into the section that I wrote.
So since finishing the program, because that was in 2020, how else have you applied your learning from the musicality program?
Yeah, so with like the piece, I focused on vocal styles of music. So I looked at alabaus and vidala, which is an Argentinian style of vocal music. And after that, I created a work for viola called Rudasai, and basically what it focused on was the viola as a vocal instrument. And so a lot of the techniques that are used for expressing vocal qualities through instruments, especially through the strings, I ended up applying that to the piece Rudasai that I was working on. So yeah, there was a lot of crossover between. I guess there was like kind of a nice development between what I did for Irisado to what I did with the viola piece.
Nice. So it's kind of become part of you and part of your menu of options where you can bring in different facets of
Yeah,
knowledge and styles and turn it into your own in terms of film scores and whatever you're doing in the future.
yeah, exactly. Like expressing vocal qualities through instruments is has become something I'm really interested in now. Yeah, as a result of learning about it.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, well, we'll look forward to, staying in touch and seeing what you are producing.
Yeah.
Um, Listen, in terms of what's your experience been like over these couple of days with the rehearsals and into the recording session?
Oh, it's been really cool. I really wish I could be there in person because I love, recording studios and recording setups. But yeah, just being able to be part of this process. Um, and yeah, I can kind of, still have a voice in the room, still have my face in the room. And yeah, just kind of having all these accommodations made for me, even though I can't make it to Wellington, has been really great. And yeah, it's been really nice seeing Hamish conducting the piece. I really trust that, everything he does with it. So yeah, it's been amazing.
Mm. Yep. Oh, we're just so happy the technology worked out so you could be digitally very present.
Yeah, yeah.
What's your hot tip or advice for other young composers about Latin American music and composition that's bringing together Aotearoa, New Zealand music styles and traditions, and Latin American music styles and traditions?
Yeah, I think, um, honestly, people should just dive into it. Composers should just, start looking at Latin American music because there's so much to look at. And I think, yeah, if you find something that you like, just, learn all you can about it. Um, and then I think, at least what was important for me was not just taking the thing that I liked and just replicating it in what I'm doing, but actually, processing it and figuring out the essence of that style and then figuring out like how can I express this in my own voice through my own compositional style. I think yeah, that was really important for me. And yeah, I think if you we were lucky to have Latin American composers and musicians to work with. So I think if you can kind of have that mentor figure, that would be a really good experience as well.
Mika, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, yeah, I just want to say like a big thank you to Latam Cape. It's been an amazing experience. I've had so much fun and I've learned so much. And yeah, I've made three good friends out of this in the process as well. So yeah, and there's NZSO and SOUNZ. Just having a recording of this work is, and yeah, it's really amazing. Um, and yeah, I think what was really important at the beginning of the process was having these Latin American cultural experts and performers and composers just really bringing us into this world, into their world, and immersing us into their music. So, yeah, big thank you to them.
Oh, no, kia ora, and thanks for that. And that leads us really nicely to can you share with us what are your plans for the future?
Yeah. So currently I am doing like music and sound for video games, and I'd love to continue doing that in the future. And yeah, I would love to continue to also alongside that do more contemporary classical style composition. And yeah, eventually when we're able to travel again, I'd love to go over to Latin America and yeah, just see all the things that we've been exposed to, go to lots of concerts and just have a really nice immersive experience over there. Yeah.